You think you understand me. You've seen the movie. You've seen the face paint, the scars, the chaos. You laughed when I laughed. You flinched when I burned the money. But did you actually hear what I was saying? Because most people watch The Dark Knight and miss the entire point. Today I'm going to give you the philosophy they didn't want you to understand. Not the costume, not the crime, the mind. Stay with me. This one is going to hurt a little. Everyone calls me the villain. Fine, let's go with that. But here's what no film critic, no YouTube essayist, no philosophy professor ever really sat down and told you plainly. The Joker isn't evil. The Joker is honest. And in a world built entirely on comfortable lies, honesty looks like madness. Think about it. When did you last hear someone tell you the truth? The raw, ugly, unfiltered truth about how this world actually works. Your school didn't. Your family tried to protect you from it. Social media buried it under filters and likes. So the only one left speaking plainly was a man wearing clown paint. Funny, right? Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 truths hidden inside the Dark Knight that most people walk right past. And I promise you by the time we're done you will never watch that film the same way again. You might not even see the world the same way. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Do you actually believe the world is fair? Not should it be fair? Not could it be fair? Right now, today, in your actual life, do you believe it is? Of course you don't. Not really. You've felt it. You've worked hard and watched someone with connections take the credit. You've been kind and watched cruelty win. You've played by the rules and the rules moved. But here's the thing. Society trains you to do, pretend otherwise. Smile, be positive. Everything happens for a reason. Just keep trying. Good things come to those who wait. This isn't wisdom. These are sedatives. They are what you tell someone to keep them from asking dangerous questions. In The Dark Knight, the very first scene establishes this with devastating simplicity. A group of criminals are promised an equal share of a heist. But the Joker from the very beginning has no intention of sharing. He uses each person's greed and distrust to make them eliminate each other. By the end, he walks out alone with everything. What is he showing us? That a society built on the promise of fairness is a society of people waiting to be used. The moment you believe the game is fair, you stop watching for the person who knows it isn't. This doesn't mean becoming the Joker. It means wake up. See the game for what it is, then decide with open eyes how you want to play it. But the unfair game is just the surface. The deeper problem is something far more personal. Something that lives inside you, and we're going to find it right now. Here's the irony that nobody talks about. The Joker is the only character in The Dark Knight who does not wear a mask. Batman wears a mask. The mob bosses wear masks, suits, and respectability. Harvey Dent wore the biggest mask of all, the face of justice. The Joker. His face paint isn't hiding anything. It's announcing everything. It's saying, this is what I am. Chaos, pain, truth. What you see is what you get. Now ask yourself, how many masks are you wearing right now? The mask you wear at work, performing confidence you don't always feel. The mask with your family, pretending you have it together. The mask online, curating a version of yourself that hides the doubt, the fear, the exhaustion. Nobody is taught this, but here it is plainly. Most human suffering comes not from what life does to us, but from the distance between who we are and who we're pretending to be. That distance is weight, and you carry it every single day. Christopher Nolan put this idea at the center of the entire film. Every character, every single one is destroyed by the gap between their image and their reality. Harvey Dent is the White Knight until he isn't. Commissioner Gordon protects his ideal of justice while making compromises that corrupt it. Bruce Wayne plays the billionaire playboy to hide the broken child underneath. And then there's the Joker who simply stopped performing. I'm not telling you to stop being polite. I'm not telling you to go break things. I'm asking you to notice somewhere deep where you are most exhausted. Because that's usually the place where the mask is heaviest. Listen carefully. The next part is the one that makes people stop and rewind. Because this is where the Joker says something that sounds like madness but is actually the most sane thing in the entire film. Nobody panics when things go according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying. Do you understand what he's saying there? He's not talking about bombs and hostages. He's talking about you. Every day, Millions of people live in quiet suffering, struggling with loneliness, debt, failed dreams, invisible pain, and nobody panics. Because it's according to plan. It's the expected suffering, the normal suffering. But the moment you step outside the plan, the moment you refuse to keep suffering quietly and politely, suddenly everyone is very concerned. Suddenly you're the problem, the unstable one, the one who went off the rails. The system doesn't hate suffering. The system hates visible suffering, because visible suffering is disruptive. It asks questions. It demands answers. Think about every time you went through something genuinely hard. Grief, failure, rejection, loneliness so heavy it felt physical. How many people asked you to carry it quietly? Stay strong. Don't let it show. Other people have it worse. The Joker refused to suffer neatly. And that, not the violence, not the crime, is the reason everyone is so terrified of him. Because he holds up a mirror and says, "Look what you made." I'm not asking you to be destructive. I am asking you to stop apologizing for your pain, to stop minimizing it for the comfort of people who benefit from your silence. Your pain is real. Your story is real. And you don't owe anyone a performance of being fine. But here's where it gets interesting. Once you accept that, once you stop pretending, something shifts. And the Joker's philosophy actually shows you what to do with that shift. Stay with me. People think the Joker wants chaos for the sake of chaos. That's lazy reading. That's the reading for people who stop thinking when the credits rolled. The Joker wants to prove a thesis. His thesis is this: the order you believe in is not real. It's a story, a narrative that powerful people maintain because it benefits them. And all it takes is one bad day, one moment of genuine pressure for anyone at all, to abandon the story entirely. Look at Harvey Dent, the hero of Gotham, the man who stood for justice when Batman couldn't. The Joker didn't turn him evil with weapons. He turned to him with grief, with loss, with the unbearable feeling of having played by the rules and still losing everything that mattered. One bad day, that's all it took. The Joker doesn't see this as tragedy. He sees it as proof that every person's morality is conditional. Every person's order is a preference, not a principle. A preference that bends under enough pressure. Now here's the philosophy that most people miss. If that's true, if moral order is fragile and constructed, then you have more power than you think. Because the rules you've accepted as permanent, they're not permanent. They were designed, they were chosen, and they can be questioned. Not destructively, questioned intelligently. Which careers are actually worth your time? Which relationships are built on genuine connection versus transaction? Which beliefs do you hold because they're truly yours versus because someone handed them to you young and you never examined them? The Joker burns things down. That's not the lesson. The lesson is, look at what you've been told is unmovable. Then ask, who benefits from me believing that? Which brings us to the final and most powerful part. Because all of this, the masks, the pain, the false order, it's all pointing toward one single question that the Joker is really asking you. And it's the one question this film never spells out directly. I'm going to spell it out for you right now. Every scene the Joker appears in, he is running an experiment. Not a criminal experiment. A philosophical one. The ferry scene, 2 boats, each with a detonator that can destroy the other. Will people, when pressed, choose their own survival over another group's lives? He's testing whether human decency is real, or whether it's just something people perform, when the cost of performing it is low. And here's the thing. He's genuinely uncertain about the answer. He tells Batman he doesn't want to kill him, because Batman is too much fun. Because their conflict reveals something true about the world. The Joker, for all his chaos, is a man obsessed with truth. So what is the truth he's pointing at? It's this. You are not who you think you are. You are not who they told you you are. You are what you do when the stakes are real. Because they never let the pressure get high enough. They stay in comfortable jobs they hate. Comfortable relationships that have gone cold. Comfortable beliefs that stopped serving them years ago. Safe. Numb. Quiet. The Joker is asking you, do you actually want to know who you are? Because finding out requires removing the mask. It requires seeing the game clearly. It requires feeling the pain instead of burying it. It requires questioning the order instead of just accepting it. It's justifying, it's uncomfortable. It doesn't come with a guarantee. But the alternative, a whole life spent performing a version of yourself that was designed by other people's expectations. That's the real tragedy in this film. And it isn't the Joker's. You want to know why I do what I do. Not why they put in the news. Not why the psychiatrists write in their reports. I do it because someone has to. Someone has to look at all of this. The performance, the pretending, the careful, comfortable silence and say, enough. Someone has to ask the question the whole city is too afraid to ask. Is this all there is? Is this the routine, the role, the script you didn't write? Is this actually the life you chose? You are not your job title. You are not your credit score. You are not the image in your profile picture that got 37 likes. You are something older and stranger and more powerful than any of those things. And the fact that this world has worked so very hard to make you forget that tells you everything you need to know. I'm not the monster in this story. I'm the mirror. The Dark Knight is not a superhero movie. It's a 2,500-year-old philosophical debate: order versus chaos, identity versus performance, comfortable lies versus painful truth, wrapped in one of the greatest film performances ever committed to screen. If something in this video hit close to home, if you recognized any of those masks, any of that quiet suffering, any of those questions, then you already understand what the Joker is pointing at. You don't have to agree with his methods, but you owe it to yourself to hear the question. If this gave you something to think about, it takes 1 second, and it tells me this kind of deep, honest content is worth making more of. Drop a comment telling me, which part hit hardest, which idea are you still sitting with? And if you want more philosophy that doesn't talk to you like a child, that actually trusts you to handle the real thing, subscribe, hit the bell, because this world will not stop to give you the truth, but this channel will try. 3 lines to take with you. The mask you wear, longest, starts to feel like a face. Nobody fears chaos. They fear the questions chaos asks. You are not who they told you you are. You are what you choose when no one is watching.